Namaskar. Welcome to this chapter from Astrology Decoded. We will be talking about decoding wealth in this chapter. A lot of people use second house and its lord to analyze wealth. It's not wrong, but it's not complete analysis of wealth. Second house is just a part of wealth prediction from chart. We need to look into various aspects of wealth and corresponding houses while looking into wealth. Trust me, this video is going to be an eye-opener for those who have done wealth analysis before from the birth chart. I am going to give totally magical but simple ways to do that, and you are just going to love it. Welcome to Astrology Decoded. In the previous video, we learned how to decode career from a birth chart. We use the following framework to analyze the career path: the Lagna, the Moon, the 10th house, the 10th Lord. This framework will be used for decoding various areas of life from a birth chart. From now onwards, we will call this the Astrology Decoded Framework. The framework works in the following manner. Step 1 is to decode the person with respect to the area of life under consideration. For that, we need to understand the Lagna Lord and the Moon. Step 2 is to decode the houses which has connection to that particular area of life. For example, for wealth, following houses are important: second house, 11th house, 5th house, Jupiter. Step 3 is to combine analysis of step 1 and step 2 together. If you have not watched the video, please do it and you will be able to understand this video better. I have put the link in the description. So let us now understand the Lagna with respect to the wealth. What we call it as wealth mindset. Before we ask how much wealth a person can create, we should first ask an even more important question: how does this person thinks about money? This is in line with our method of decoding any house. We understand the person by analyzing Lagna and Moon with respect to that particular area of life. Here, for example, wealth. 12th house in any birth chart shows the expenditure pattern for that person. So, the Lagna gives us attitude towards resources. The Lagna Lord gives us how wealth decisions are executed. And the Moon tells a story about emotional relationship with money. This gives us clear understanding of how the person handles wealth. Some people earn well and spend equally well. Some people earn well but spend only on needs. Some people earn well and spend on need and wants in a balanced manner. Wealth is a product of wealth generation potential and how you use that money. Somebody will have tendency to invest in long-term assets like house or land. Somebody will buy cars or bikes or will invest in upgrading the lifestyle or going to a foreign tour. The analysis of Lagna, Moon and the 12th house indicates how the person handles wealth. It is very important with respect to wealth generation. Then comes the wealth generation aspect of the birth chart. This tells us where wealth is likely to come from and how it is likely to grow. Second house tells us about accumulated wealth and its sources. It is important to understand the Rashi in the second house and Lord's placement. 11th house decodes gains from career. Again, the Rashi in the 11th house and Lord placement needs to be studied upon. 5th house gives us clues about person's investment avenues. The placement of Jupiter and ownership gives us indication about the overall wealth potential of the chart. We will understand all the above points in details while studying the real chart. Now we know the wealth mindset and the wealth generation capacity from the birth chart. Let's talk about the overall wealth potential. The overall wealth potential can be understood by combining everything, that is Lagna, Moon, second house, 11th house, 5th house, 12th house and Jupiter. Throughout this series, we will continue using the same example chart, that is the Scorpio chart. This is intentional. When the chart remains the same, only the area of life changes. That allows us to see how different parts of the same birth chart reveal different aspects of person's life. This is also the core philosophy of Astrology Decoded Method. First understand the person, then understand the area of life, finally connect everything together. If you have watched the video on career, you will remember that we analyze the person with respect to his strength and weakness which affects his career. But here in this case, we analyze the person as how he approaches or handles money. And once you know that, it becomes easy to connect his personality with the other factors affecting wealth potential. I may be repeating quite a lot in every video, but it is the crux of decoding a birth chart, and it's vital for you to get into your thinking while decoding birth chart. It's very simple. You understand the person, you understand the chart. Let's study the example chart now. Lagna is Scorpio, Moon is in Capricorn sign, second house as Sagittarius sign, second lord Jupiter in the 7th house, 5th house has Pisces sign with Sun and Venus, 5th lord is also in the 7th house, 11th house has Virgo sign, Lord Mercury sitting in 6th house with Ketu, 12th house has Libra sign and has Rahu in it, 12th lord is sitting in 5th house. Jupiter is in 7th house and owns 2nd and 5th house. Now let us connect everything step by step with respect to understanding the wealth potential of this birth chart. Let us understand the wealth mindset for this chart. As you are aware, the Lagna is Scorpio. Now Scorpio generally likes control, security and strategic decisions. Money is viewed as power and protection. Such people often prefer calculated risk, understanding before investing, and keeping financial information private. Lagna Lord Mars is in Aquarius in the 4th house. This is very interesting. Our earlier interpretation was action is channelized through systems and logic. This was done in our first chapter. If you remember, we were understanding the Lagna and the Lagna Lord for the same chart. Now for wealth, this can translate into structured decision making, process driven investing, and preference for understanding systems before committing any money to anywhere. So they are very cautious. They need to understand what is going to happen to my money. Let us see wealth mindset with respect to Moon and the 12th house now. Moon is in Capricorn. Capricorn wants stability, long-term progress and measurable results. This Moon usually doesn't enjoy reckless financial decisions. It prefers planning, budgeting and calculated growth. So wealth accumulation becomes easier because spending is generally disciplined. So far we have understood the person's attitude towards money. Now let us understand how they actually spend it. There comes 12th house in picture. 12th house has Libra sign. That means expenses are usually balanced and justified. So money may be spent on relationships, comforts, aesthetics and quality experiences, but not necessarily in an extreme way. The sign itself, that is a Libra, seeks equilibrium always. One may say therefore the expenses will always be balanced. That is not entirely correct. Instead, we should say there is a tendency to seek balance in expenditure. Why? Because Rahu is also sitting there, and Rahu can sometimes disturb that balance through desires, foreign influences, luxury temptations and unconventional spending. That nuance usually makes the analysis stronger. Now that we understand the person, we can start analyzing the wealth producing factors. The first important aspect of wealth generation is second house. We have Sagittarius sign in second house and the Lord is sitting in 7th house in Taurus sign. Sagittarius sign represents knowledge and expansion. Jupiter brings in wisdom, wealth and ethics. Taurus represents stability, wealth, material comfort and luxury. 7th house defines partnerships and public dealings. Let us apply our core formula of what plus where plus how to decode this placement. So that gives us wealth generation will happen through knowledge and stable partnership in an ethical manner. Very simple and logical, as we have seen in our other videos. Our what plus where plus how formula works in very effective manner. The second aspect of wealth generation is 11th house. It has Virgo sign, Lord Mercury in 6th house in Aries sign. The Virgo sign represents service and analysis. Mercury represents intellect, logic, communication and business. 6th house represents service or job, enemies and competition also. Aries sign defines aggressive, action-oriented and independence. What is the result? The chart indicates that a significant source of gains comes through job involving intellect, logic and communication skills, where the person will face competition. The job will be action-oriented and of independent nature. Again, we are using our simple and effective technique of what plus where plus how. You can pause the video, apply it slowly, and then you will understand why we have arrived at this conclusion. The third aspect of wealth generation is 5th house. We have Pisces sign in 5th house. It also has Sun as the 10th Lord and exalted Venus, the 12th and the 7th Lord. Lord Jupiter is in the 7th house in Taurus sign. 5th house shows investment potential. The Pisces sign shows big picture thinking and pattern recognition. The presence of exalted Venus gives possible investments in comfort, luxury and art with a long-term horizon. Presence of Sun also emphasizes towards investments in luxury and art. The 5th house is also house of speculation. But since this person believes in systems and discipline, there could be a systematic investments in stock market with a long-term view. Since Venus is also a lord of 12th house, which shows connections to foreign land, there is a strong possibility of partnerships or income from having association with foreign land. The last aspect of wealth generation is Jupiter. Jupiter owns 2nd and 5th house and placed in 7th house in Taurus sign. Jupiter naturally represents expansion, wisdom, prosperity and abundance. When it also becomes the lord of 2nd and 5th house, its role in wealth becomes even more significant. It owns the 2nd house, which is the house of wealth, and 5th house, which is the house of investments. This is a very good for overall wealth potential of this chart. It is also placed in 7th house and Taurus sign. This again shows wealth through partnerships and knowledge. Up to this point, we have understood the person, that is the wealth mindset, the wealth generation abilities, and now we can talk about wealth potential for this particular chart. Now if you see the wealth mindset of this chart, it is strategic, discipline and balanced spending. We also observed the wealth generation avenues are partnerships, knowledge-based investments and professional gains. Combining the wealth mindset and wealth generation avenues, we are arriving at the wealth potential for this particular chart, which is strong accumulation, self-created wealth and comfortable lifestyle. This chart shows very good potential for wealth looking at all the above factors. The wealth growth will be systematic and consistent. The chart clearly indicates gains through a job. The majority of the wealth will be generated through partnership ventures. The wealth will be utilized to create more wealth through wealth out of investments and expansion of business. The wealth mindset shows that this person will spend wisely on comforts and luxury. In simple words, we can say that this person will have self-made wealth and will have a comfortable and luxurious life. Again, I want to point out that these outcomes depend heavily on dasha sequence and transits. What we discussed throughout this video is the potential this chart has with respect to wealth. Only the right dasha sequence will manifest the potential. We will discuss this in timing the events video. Now let us look at the key lessons from this video. The first and foremost lesson is never analyze wealth by looking only at the second house. Wealth is much more than accumulated money. Always begin by understanding the person. Study the Lagna Lord, the moon and the 12th house to understand the person's financial mindset. Then analyze the wealth generating factors. The second house, the 11th house, the 5th house and Jupiter. Finally, connect all these factors together. This is how we move from isolated predictions to meaningful chart interpretations. Remember our philosophy. Understand the person, understand the area of life, connect everything together to decode the chart. This is the Astrology Decoded Method. In this video, we studied how to decode the wealth for a particular chart. If you do it systematically, it is very easy and it gives fantastic results. In the next chapter, we will answer one of the most common questions in astrology. Is this chart better suited for a job or for business? We will use the same example chart and apply the Astrology Decoded Method or framework once again to understand how different combinations indicate employment, entrepreneurship, partnerships, and independent ventures. If you are enjoying this structured approach to learning astrology, please subscribe to Astrology Decoded and join me in the next chapter. Until then, keep decoding charts logically, not randomly.